Samsung Productions CEO Sam Lesante Sr. was honored recently for his support of the pro-life movement through his work in the media by the Northeast chapter of Pennsylvanians for Human Life. He received a plaque at a pro-life rally in Hazleton. In today's news feature, you'll hear from him and Star Rogers, an author who was one of the featured speakers at the event.
So I got married, and it was terrible. My husband he was abusive, he was an alcoholic. And so during that time, I took up with a man who was 10 years older than me, and I got pregnant by this man. I had my daughter, and for 10 long years after that, and I passed this child off as my husband's child. And for 10 years together, me and this man, I got pregnant by him 4 times. And each time with those children, I aborted them. It's just awful, when a woman has an abortion, because when you do, you're just not right. When a woman has an abortion, it messes up her mind, her soul. You can't be normal. They tell you that you can, but you can't. You're not going to function right, because it's so against God. You're supposed to have your babies, not take them out and kill them.
A cold afternoon, I'm in my office at Samsung Productions, right down the road. My secretary comes in and says to me, "Sammy, there is a young girl in the lobby holding a baby and said, you are responsible for this baby." Now, no one wants to hear that. So I go into the lobby, and there's this beautiful girl holding a beautiful baby. She said, "Mr. Lesante, would you like to hold this baby?" I said, "Absolutely." Beautiful 3-month-old baby, blue eyes, blonde hair. Certainly wasn't Italian. And I said, "Well, what's the story?" She said, "Well, I want to tell you. She's 16 years old. Her name is Chrissy. And she said, I was scheduled to have an abortion. And I was watching your show, the Sam Lesante Show, and on the show you had Marianne Lahan and Dr. Frank Polidoro. And after you all discussed about abortion, I decided to have my baby. And here it is. Now, here's the interesting part. She said, "Mr. Lesante, I could not understand why anyone who is a mother would want to see their little arms and legs and crushed in saline solution." She said it was horrifying. I said, "Yes, it is." I said, "But you had your baby." Then she said to me, "Mr. Lesante, here is the interesting thing, my friends," talking about the Supreme Court. "Here's a 16-year-old girl who said to me, shouldn't there be a law that would forbid mothers for aborting their children?" I said, "Yes, they should." She said, "Well, what could we do?" And I said, "Do what I do every day. I pray the rosary for those unborn babies." I said, "Are you Catholic?" She said, "Yes, I am." I said, "So pray the rosary and pray that we get a Supreme Court that says stop these abortions."
Today's news feature is brought to you by Feisner's Ford in Freeland, who is celebrating 75 years in business. Give them a call at 570-636-3920, or you can log on to feisnersford.com.